Salamat.
Salamat.
Ingat kayo palagi.
Ta.
Happy Father's Day to all papas in the world.
Oo.
Diba? Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Happy Father's Day, babe. Pauwi na kami mga palangga. Ingat kami. Charot. Laki, di ba? Ayun yung mga pandilig nila, oh. Yan. You were hot.
Is it hot?
Yan mga palangga, maghabulan tayo dyan, no? Ang lawak ng lupain. Look at that, Sky! It's blue!
Pick every lock because you got a plus 20 on things now.
Right, there should still be a challenge.
Yeah.
For you picking. Huh?
You add your level.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I mean, mechanics wise, it sounds fun.
I mean, I like it a lot. Yeah, eventually you're going to be able to climb it, right? Like, or
Like you said, like
a wall, right? And I mean, like, there's also it depends what it is, right? If we're talking about like a chain link fence, like you do when you're a kid, and he rolls a 5, it's not like just a flat out full at character creation can't be higher than the attribute. One of the precursors I put on there, and I mean, you know.
Okay, climb, gotcha. So then, so you're imagining maybe I'll give you like a +2 or something?
What's the +2 for?
The climbing?
No. So like, if your strength is 4 and your climbing is, what'd you say, a 2 or 3?
Well, that's what I don't know. Like, how would you determine your climbing?
Oh, it's a skill.
Huh?
Persia or something like that. You know, that might be an 8 or a 9. So to get to that 15 is a lot easier when you're, you know, talking about an 8 or a 9 versus a 2 or a 3. So that's why.
So if you are, let's say, okay, so your attribute would be, okay, so my attribute.
With human, like, think about, like, yourself. Have you ever done, like, rock climbing? Like, where would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? Much in any gameplay circumstance for the dice to explode. So on the advantage and disadvantage rolls, it's a D4, but that means it's got a higher potential to explode. And it could, you know, and that could just be a circumstance of the advantage or whatever like that. But at the end of the day, like, if it skews a little bit with exploding dice, like, that's part of the fun of it. It's a game, you know.
I mean, there's nothing. I have absolutely no issues with that. I really like the idea of exploding die.
I was just thinking mathematically of how that could, you know, with advantage and disadvantage, since it's a D4, 25% of the time it's going to explode.
Because here's the thing. I'm looking at the doc that you sent me under using skills.
Uh-huh.
On the bottom it says DC equals 15.
Uh-huh.
20, 25. So I'm assuming that's easy, medium, and hard. Is that? Yeah, I mean, it's not, like I said before, it's just like, it doesn't really matter. Like, ultimately, at the end, if there is any kind of major disagreement on something, then we shall use the Supreme Court of Greg.
Okay. Yeah.
And so far, like, there hasn't been anything. There's been a lot of times where...
No, yeah. No, there hasn't been, and I don't want there to be. Like, that's why I just wanted to kind of, like, set some, you know... So basically, like, you're just going to hold most of your weight for the lore and story side, but weigh in on things you don't like. And then I'm going to hold most of my weight for the, you know, system side and weigh in on things story-wise and stuff, like, really doesn't like, then we take it to Greg.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's I mean, that's a plan, right? Like, that's what I was looking for, so.
Yep. I'm perfectly fine with that. And whatever he decides in the end, I'm just like...
Didn't make a stat decision. And the reason I'm saying that is because, like, from a gaming mechanic standpoint,
Yeah.
like, even from you, like, until we get a chance to see some of... You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
And
Like,
even myself, even I could see it in action, and be like, "Yep, you guys are right," or like, "Nope, that's like I need to respect that." But then, like on the mechanics side, it's kind of like, and you have asked, and I have given answers. Like sometimes, there's reasons why, and with past experience, and with just like as a GM, like many times, like just kind of the way stuff works out. And you know what I mean? Like, and we've talked through a lot of things and gotten a lot of good ideas. Like, I mean, for example, like whatever it ends up being called, for example, the advantage and disadvantage modifier, rather than just making it a straight modifier, like having a roll involved, like that ended up, right, like kind of chewed on that and came back with it, something we both like, so.
Yeah, that was definitely a compromise, because you wanted something flat out, wanted something variable, and it came up with.
Well, and I guess that's the thing too. It wasn't like I necessarily wanted. It was just like, so far that's where the vision was, right? Like I hadn't delved deep enough into it to, you know what I mean? Be like, no, that's what I want. Like it was just like, how do you envision this? Well, I guess like this. I didn't have a good answer. I had to think about it.
Yeah, and that's the power of collaboration.
Yep. No, I mean, like I'm good with everything so far. Like, and then, it sounded like the one you still had outstanding was like the Constitution grit thing, which is still on the table for that one skill. I mean, like I will say like things, but like one is just to keep it as simple as possible. Like I do want to limit the number of cross attribute skills,
Right.
but doesn't mean there aren't more or can't be more, or even, I mean, like even if it in beta ends up one way, I mean, that's why, like they have 1.0, 2.0 of games, and you know what I mean? Like I'm sure we'll get feedback, like, really, why does music have to be under, or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, and then there'll be like, if there's some message board, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine how that would go. I'm a bard. Well, I'm just making fun of like people on message boards, but yeah. And the description, you know what I mean?
Was that it? I thought it was a different. No, I think we were talking about.
That was another one you're thinking of. You're thinking of Heart and Grit.
There we go.
Yeah, but Wit and Acumen was another one. But because I was trying to veer away in the make it not a D&D clone, Wisdom, but also like that was the other piece of it. Like I wanted to encompass the idea, like really, like if I was describing it best, it'd be mental prowess, right?
Yeah.
Which that's why it factors into charisma.
I mean, overall, it will be cross-pollinating between the two anyways. It's not mutually exclusive for either end, but I will say that when it comes to story lore, I will have a much heavier weight on it, and pretty much, I'll have a much heavier weight on it, and then obviously, if there are certain things that we want to discuss and talk about it, then we can figure out if it makes sense or not, and vice versa too. It would be that on the mechanics side, you have a heavier weight on it, but that doesn't mean that I'll be stepping aside and keeping my mouth shut if I see something interesting along the ways.
Right. No, and I wouldn't expect it to be. I mean, that's why working agreement wise, want to make sure like there's no like serious disagreements to the point where like there's like kind of I mean, even from the beginning, like you guys, I'm sure you remember, but I have it written down from like the attributes, right? Like I was looking at some different name. It was like originally I liked the idea of acumen, but like you and Greg both said like wit, right? And like that makes sense, and it's just like no, yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I asked to look at the attributes and the skills and the, but
Exactly.
no, but I mean, like the thing, but then, because that's kind of what I was thinking. Like on the lore side, like like you're trying to tell a story. On the rules side, like I'm trying to play the game I've always wanted to play. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why it's important to.
Yep. And yeah, but if I don't introduce certain things in there that makes you reconsider and think, then you may not
strong disagreement, then there's like a, you know, like X number of vetoes, and then we take it to Greg type thing. You know, like, because I mean, like, dwarves and gnomes, but at the end of the day, you know, like it's your, you know, that was kind of my thought. It's your story. Like, I don't like that as much, but again, like, it's early enough too that I'm not really worried about it now because it's just a new concept, and I've got, you know what I mean, like.
Right, and that's actually my point. Is that when I say a D&D knockoff, it's the fact that you're so used to certain things because you've done it for so long. So doing something different doesn't. And if I still like it, and you want to put it, but I do, then we go to Greg and we, because, for example,
I definitely don't think it will. Like, I definitely don't think we're even on the track for that, so I'm not even worried about that, but...
Well, there's a reason why. Part of it is because of the fact that I keep pushing back.
Well, no, I mean, like, the system's nothing close to D&D, and, like, I think the main thing is I want a system that I want to play, right? And then, like, you know, so...
So, like I said before, it's also making sure that this doesn't turn into a D&D knockoff. And the only way that's going to happen is if you have multiple different...
I don't know, I guess I brought up the point, though, like, what happens when we have, like, serious disagreements? Like, I mean, like, what's the kind of, like, overall working agreement? Is it kind of like I'm in charge of the system, you're in charge of the world and lore and stuff, or, you know? And
it can't be
like,
that way.
Should it be that way, or should we build in, like, certain, you know, like, we, you know, have Greg moderate, or I don't know.
Well,
should that be his contribution? No, I'm just...
no, actually, that's what we had originally said. It's like if we do get into any kind of serious, like, I like this, you like that, and neither one of us are budging, then we would use Greg as the mediator, and then whatever he decides, we do.
Okay, I mean, that's, I mean, you know, like,